Hello, everyone. It's Royce here, and I want to welcome you all to my Royce in the House YouTube channel. This video is another one I'm making exclusively for my membership. People who have joined the Royce in the House membership to support the show and to encourage the show to keep growing. Okay, so tonight we're going to be talking about Frank Marino, guitarist for Mahogany Rush, a popular Canadian band, on the time he left a Hendrix gig early and the truth behind the bizarre Hendrix haunting story. I thought it was a bunch of noise, states Marino, so I left. Later, I almost felt like Jimi Hendrix was saying, I'll make sure you never forget my name. The Mahogany Rush guitar sets the record straight on the Jimi Hendrix comparisons and the ghost rumor that dogged him for decades. Mahogany Rush leader Frank Marino's playing style has often drawn parallels to Jimi Hendrix. The comparison became so prevalent that a rumor with a paranormal twist quickly gained traction, haunting him throughout his career. The story goes that a stay by Marino in a Montreal Children's Hospital post an bad acid trip he had resulted in the 14-year-old Marino being visited by Jimi Hendrix's spirit. Marino asserts that the story was completely fabricated. What's true is that I went to the hospital, learned how to play guitar in the hospital, and came out and played the music of the day. I played the Hendrix, I played Beatles, I played Doors, and all the other music from the late 60s, he says in a New Guitar World interview. Maybe I did the Hendrix part a little too well because this writer wrote this ridiculous piece, and that was the bizarre beginning that followed me. However, Marino did mention in the interview that an actual real-life encounter with Hendrix set the tone for the critique that hounded him for years. In 1968, I went to a Hendrix concert before I was a guitar player and before I'd gone into the hospital due to the bad LSD trip, he recalls. I left, thought it was a bunch of damn noise, and was the only person who left. Later, when Hendrix's name followed me everywhere, it was almost as if Jimi Hendrix was saying, I'll make sure you never forget my name. It was very hard on me, states Marino. Frank Marino started playing the guitar at age 13 or 14, and the often repeated myth is that he was visited by a ghost-like image of Hendrix after a bad LSD trip, a myth Marino has always disavowed and continues to do so on his personal website. His playing, however, is inspired by Hendrix. On the Gibson website, he describes it as carrying on Jimi Hendrix's psychedelic torch, and Marino is notable for often performing cover versions of Hendrix classics such as Purple Haze and All Along the Watchtower. He has been criticized by some as a Hendrix clone. Marino himself claims that he did not consciously set out to imitate Hendrix. The whole style just came about naturally. I didn't choose it. It chose me, states Marino. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this little short story. Once again, this is for my membership only at this time. It'll probably be later released to the public. So thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate it. I want to thank all the members that have joined my membership to support the show. I really appreciate each and every one of you. If this winds up making it public later, please consider subscribing. We have many, many stories. And that's what's happening in Royce's world today. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate you being there for me.